job worth doing is worth doing using the right tools. It's so much easier on your back. So, if you're going to be using your back, ask yourself, is there a tool for that?
I can.
I can.
I can.
I can.
I did.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Out of the Fog. Well, yesterday was a big day for our community. Rogers expanded its Connected for Success program to Newfoundland, a program which delivers internet to tenants with low incomes in nonprofit housing organizations. Now, the launch took place at Froude Avenue Community Centre in a packed room where we heard from a number of people who spoke to the program and the positive impact that it will make to individuals and families here in Newfoundland. We are going to bring you the highlights of that now, starting with Rogers Chief Brand Officer Dale Hooper, who tells us more about how the program works.
We're so excited today to launch Connected for Success. This program is one of the ones that we're really proud of, and I don't need to tell anybody how important the internet is. I don't need to do it. So much of our lives depend on just being connected every day. Whether it's news and information, access to the government, or just enjoying your family, or more important things like healthcare and things that really matter in life. It's all about being connected. It's open to any resident living in rent-geared income units, and anywhere where we have internet, where we offer internet in the province. Those who qualify are provided with a high-speed internet for only $9.99 a month. We don't require a credit check, and Rogers comes in and sets everything up. Today, we're talking about over 5,000 Newfoundland households who qualify for this program. That's amazing. We're really proud to partner with Newfoundland and Labrador Housing Corporation. We really appreciate that, and we look forward to more and more partnerships over the coming weeks and months as we try to find more and more opportunities to connect all the Newfoundlanders. So that's what it's about today. It's about helping people connect and helping people connect with their future.
This is really in keeping, I think, with the legacy of Ted Rogers when you think about it, because one of this country's great entrepreneurs, and we don't know where the next Ted Rogers or the next Steve Jobs could come from. I'd be very happy if he came from Froude. That would be fantastic. So this is not just a matter, as the Premier rightly pointed out, of digital equality. It is also about real opportunity for this province and for this country to make sure that there is absolutely nobody left behind.
It's all about being more inclusive, enabling people to be a part of a global communication net that will serve them in so many ways, financially, socially, educationally, family connections through Skype and all the other things that bring people together.
We are just delighted with this. I mean, it's a very positive, good news announcement. We have many thousands of Newfoundlanders and Labradorians that will benefit from this directly. We have over 5,000 households, and of course the numbers of individuals who live within those homes. So many people will take advantage of this. I see this as an opportunity to really impact lives in a very significant way. Let me give you an example. We have 8 community centres throughout the province. We have 5 in St. John's. We're in one now. We have 1 in Grand Falls, Windsor, 1 in Marystown, and 1 in Corner Brook. What happens now, and this is again one of the benefits, the activities that, for example, may take place in their schools or in a community centre such as this can now be transferred to their home. They can continue the activities, they can continue that relationship. Families and children can continue the relationship with the community centres that they're engaged in. So it just extends the opportunities.
It's expensive sometimes for young people to have cell phones, and not everybody has one. And so having the internet is going to make a difference for our young people with even connecting with staff and reaching out that way. You know, if they have a doctor's appointment, or if they need some support with something, or if they need to go for groceries. We have a means for young people now to connect with staff in a way other than they didn't have before.
Our young people don't have what it takes sometimes to go to Memorial University or a college, or sometimes the courses that they want to take are not available here, and it opens up so many doors for online education, taking courses, I mean, from the comfort of your own couch, you know, and those opportunities were not available to them at such an affordable rate until Rogers put this program out there.
This is really about the digital equality that this program now brings to families, especially those that live in Newfoundland and Labrador housing. So it really fits with the corporation's objectives and programs that we'd like all those families to be able to afford. And this today is a significant step forward in doing this. We have just over 5,500 units in Newfoundland and Labrador, and to think that 5,000 families could be impacted by this announcement today is just an incredible announcement. And as I said, it's an example of where we have Rogers as a corporation identifying a need for Newfoundlanders and Labradorians, and what they did is they responded to that needs. I know the positive impact this will have on families and individuals that will take advantage of this service.
A glimpse into what took place yesterday at Froude Avenue Community Centre, where Rogers launched Connected for Success here in Newfoundland. Now, we are going to take a very short break and hear a word from our sponsors, but when we return, I'll bring you my interview with Dale Hooper as he explains further about launching the program here in our community. Plus, we talk hometown hockey, Blue Jays, and Rogers TV. That's coming up directly after this. Stay with us.
I got your back, big guy. Join us in our mission to help protect backs at work.
Help! Help!
Somebody call 911.
He's not breathing.
Please, anybody.
Does anybody know first aid?
Son, I'm a paramedic. We need to know what you're allergic to.
Ma'am, can you tell me where you live?
Sir, have you been taking heart medication?
Do you have any allergies we should know about?
Can you tell me who to call?
If you're unconscious, you can't answer the simple questions that could save your life.
Great. He's wearing medic alert. Noah, everything's gonna be okay.
Medic Alert speaks for you when you can't.
Welcome back to Out of the Fog. The Rogers Connected for Success program started in Toronto in 2013 and has now expanded to Newfoundland. It's a program in partnership with the Newfoundland and Labrador Housing Corporation and the provincial government, a program that can truly change lives for people here in Newfoundland, as internet access isn't just something nice to have, it's become a necessity in our digital world. To find out more, I sat down with Dale Hooper, Chief Brand Officer for Rogers Communications. Here's that conversation. Well, Dale, great to see you. Thanks very much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so this is not your first time in Newfoundland and Labrador.
On the Rock?
On the
no
Rock.
Way. I love this place.
Yeah, so you flew in, of course, and brought a mix of weather with
No, I brought the sunshine.
Did you bring
You
the
guys
sunshine?
had all the snow before I got here. I just got here this morning, and we got the sunshine as our event ended up. So I feel like I'm bringing good luck here.
Excellent. Well, thanks very much. So let's talk about the event. Obviously, this morning, a ton of people gathered at the Froude Community Centre to launch Rogers Connected for Success program. Tell us, just give us a sense of the feeling down there this morning.
Well, I mean, this is why this place is so special. I mean, we had the premier and an MP and the mayor there, and they told stories about the community and how this is going to actually help this community, connect not only with each other, but to the rest of Canadians and to the world. And in today's what we're due today, everybody deserves to be able to stay connected to their family, friends. The world's online, and so that was what was great. And the feeling was really positive, and I think you can tell that despite whatever is going on in the world, there's such a good, friendly camaraderie here that people are together and behind their community. And so that was what I took out today, real positive energy.
Tell us a little bit more about the program as to, I guess, who's eligible and how does it exactly work?
Yeah, so I think one of the most important things for us at Rogers is I think we truly believe that everyone has to have access. They have to be able to be connected. And what's important is no matter what postal code you are from as a child growing up, you should have access. And so this is geared towards people who are in rent-controlled housing, and we partner with the Newfoundland and Labrador Housing Corporation, and so we're about 5,000 families or households will be eligible for it. And the program works very simply that if you are there, you'll have access to the internet for $9.99 a month. Mm-hmm. And there's no contract, there's no credit checks. We'll come in and set it up, and away you go, and you're off and surfing. And that, I think, is it's super easy. There's no strings, and it's really all about allowing and enabling everybody to be connected.
We heard from the Premier, from the Chair of Newfoundland Labrador Housing, and people within the community at the event, and they talked about how important it is to be connected and how sometimes we take that for granted. But for some people within our community, I mean, this is huge and life-changing.
Well, no, and it doesn't matter what demographic you're from, right? So for kids, for them to compete, I have 2 kids at home. Almost all of their homework is done online. There is some element of needing the internet to access what they're doing. You know, it's not Encyclopedia Britannica anymore. It's, you know, it's searching online and finding out. All the way up to, folks, seniors that need access. Today, everything's online. Medical information, booking things, access to your friends and family, staying connected with them via Skype or whatever that may be. So it doesn't matter what end of the spectrum you're on from an age, it matters that you're connected.
For Rogers, I know obviously family is very important, community is very important, and when we hear from the government, when we hear from organizations within the community, and the importance of really partnering and working together, what does that say to you about community and working together?
It is all about community. I mean, the more that we get global, the more that communities matter, because things don't happen on a world stage, they happen community by community, street by street, and so what needs to happen is people have to partner together. You can't have one set of interests. So I think rallying around something like access to the internet is something that I think everyone can partner on. And being part of the community is important to Rogers. I mean, we 41 local stations like yourselves tell the stories of those communities. They tell the stories of the people that are there. And so for us, this is just, it makes sense to partner with other community groups to bring now internet to these these places as well, so that everyone can enjoy it.
I just want to touch on, I guess, you talked about you have a family, you have your kids. So even from a personal aspect, I mean, what does it mean to you to be traveling and be here now in St. John's and knowing that, you're bringing this to community members?
Well, I think what's interesting is I'm fortunate enough to travel a lot. My family grew up in New Brunswick. I've got a place, a farmhouse just outside of Bathurst, and it's the same thing. It's small town, and that internet connection to those community members is how they stay current with what's going on. And so for me, wherever I am, I think it's really amazing that you can stay in touch, with a quick phone call, a Skype call to my family. And I think what's interesting is access to information. We don't know where the next Ted Rogers, the next Steve Jobs, the next Justin Bieber, where are they going to come from? And without the internet, we may never know, right? So they maybe not have the access to being able to learn something or to show off what they know. Like, look at all the new celebrities that have, and people that are successful that have come from the internet. So I think what I realize is communities matter, and it shouldn't matter where you are in Canada. You have stories to tell, and the internet is probably the new way that stories get told, and allows us to keep our culture.
When you talk about, the next Ted Rogers, the next Steve Jobs, one of the things that I took away from this morning, people really talked about, obviously, education and even finding work. So enabling people to be able to use this tool to broaden, their education.
Yeah, speaking with Nicole, around some of the youth groups that she works with. These are youth that may have not got through high school, but now they can take they can take a university course from University of Western Ontario, from MUN, from Harvard. Like, think about that. So from someone who not being able to actually, finish high school, now actually has access to the best education in the world. That I think is pretty important. And when you hear Nicole talk about the youth that she's working with, you're like, wow, it's amazing, right? So I think that's what's important is enabling everybody to have access.
Okay. And in terms of having access, I just want to broaden on that because you did mention 41 stations for Rogers TV.
Yeah.
And I have the great honor of being able to bring key messages from community members to Rogers TV subscribers. So really, just a broad reach in terms of the stretch that we have across Canada.
And I think, how many politicians have you guys got elected? How many stories have you told about people who are doing great things in communities? Thousands and thousands of those from across, and those stories are what brings us together as a country, right? And so it is all local, right? It is, that's where we get our food from. That's where we learn to help each other. And that's where, our sports, you guys are always showing your local events. There's pride around the community when it comes to sports and arts and entertainment. So those 41 stations they may not be the big, broad reach, but they're really important, and they give people access to allowing their stories to be told.
I want to, you mentioned sports.
We love sports at Rogers.
Love sports at Rogers.
We love sports at Rogers.
And love sports in Newfoundland
and
Labrador.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. Although the Ice Caps didn't do well this year.
They didn't do well this year.
Yeah, but you had the All-Star. You had the captain of the All-Star team, the MVP here. That's pretty cool.
We had John Scott.
Yeah.
So he was a big draw.
Did you get to interview him?
I didn't personally, but we had him on at Rogers.
Oh, okay, he didn't come on.
Yeah, he came on the Ice Caps Live production many times. But I know that, when talking about hockey, talking about Blue Jays, I want to stick with hometown hockey because that has been extremely successful. Not, around Canada, but even here in Newfoundland and Labrador. They were here in St. John's last year, in Corner Brook this year, and we've had some success with some young teams.
Jeez, boy, she's wicked. She's wicked, boy. That's what I heard today. She's wicked. You know what? We've been in 49 communities across Canada, 9 in Atlantic Canada, and 2 here in Newfoundland over the last 2 years. Ron Ron McLean, unbelievable host, Tara Sloan. But yeah, so this is, again, a testament to Newfoundland and Labrador. You guys, you care about your community, you care about your own. And so for the last 2 years, we've had a cheer contest for local minor hockey teams.
Cheer like never before.
Cheer like never before. And 2 years ago, the team from St. John's won, and they went to Toronto. And this past year, just a few weeks ago, a team from Corner Brook, headed to Vancouver, coast to coast, really, to see the Canucks, and just had a Canucks and Oil. Oh. And they just, what a time, right? From Corner Brook, and they watched Connor McDavid, the next one, and along with the Canucks. But why did they get there? They got there because the community voted. They got there because folks like you and the local media and the local influencers got together and helped vote them in. Like, they outvoted everybody, and I think that's a testament to the Newfoundland community, both St. John's and in Corner Brook. So.
And Ron, I know, does a wonderful job. He's such an easygoing person.
Never forgets anything.
Nothing.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So what do you think that says to Rogers and working with the community, and again, just that importance of?
Well, I think one of the things when you talk to Ron, there's so many hockey stories to be told. And you'll see one of our campaigns launch as the World Cup of Hockey comes, and the idea really came from hometown hockey, which is, did Canada invent hockey, or did hockey invent Canada? And that idea that, in all these rinks and communities across Canada, there's just this sense that hockey brings the community together, right? And people love it. And so we'll be back again to Newfoundland for sure, and back to Atlantic Canada. But I think it just says that there's stories to be told, right? And it's important that we tell them. And some of them are hidden, and some of them are very, very, Wayne Gretzky and Brantford's very big, but some of them are a little more hidden. I think that's what makes it so special.
Right. NHL as a whole has changed so much, and even in terms of what we bring to the viewers, and just being accessible. Going back to obviously being connected and having availability at your fingertips to really be there in that moment, certainly has grown, hasn't it?
So Rogers as a brand, Sportsnet is our brand that brings the game to Canadians every day. But Rogers, innovation and access. We just want to bring accessibility, so bringing hometown hockey and bringing that game to communities. but innovation, you know, with our Game Plus and all the different camera angles we've introduced. We've just introduced 4K this past year for our customers, and we tested that, and that'll start to roll out across all of our cable footprint. So the idea
really feel like you are
right
there in the moment.
4 times the resolution of HD. So you know that is. So innovation and access are really important. And then, you know, on the Sportsnet side, you know, just what we do every day with the Jays now all being shot in 4K, but we're also enabling access to the Blue Jays. We're everything Blue Jays, right? And it's pretty special. It's a special time right now with that team. It's a Canadian. We are Canada's team. Mm-hmm. The Jays are Canada's team, and it's really present here. You can feel it, right?
Yeah. So do you have a favorite player?
Well, I have to be honest, Erin Sanchez. My son's a pitcher, and so we like Erin, and my wife got to meet his mom. Talk about a community. They sat beside each other in the playoffs, and now they go back and forth on Facebook, and it's just, that's a community, a little baseball community. So I think Erin, he's such a quality young man, and you know, he comes out and meets my son's team when they're just down at the game. And so you see he's really great upbringing, just a great kid. So I like that. And I can never, come on, we got Canadian Russell Martin and Michael Saunders. It's 2 Canadians on a roster of 25 is pretty amazing. So, but it's a great team. I mean, there's no one we don't love, right? Right? And so today, like, what the coolest thing we're doing right now is we've created a tunnel between the players' locker room and the field. And Canadians can actually sign a message. You go into a Rogers store and you can just sign a message to your team, and the players come out through this tunnel and they see all the messages from across Canada. So we just launched that a couple of weeks ago. It's been an unbelievable response, and what's really cool is to watch the players. You know, they go and they see it, you know, on the wall, and they're like, you know, go from, you know, Gander to Penticton to, you know, and it's just drawings, and it's because we are Canada's team, and that's what's really, really cool, that we have that ability to rally around that. So the community now becomes Canada versus a local one.
I mean, Rogers works so hard in terms of being able to deliver all of this to customers. When you talk about the response, tell me a little bit more about that in terms of how all of this is being accepted. When you're able to be there, you know, write these messages in the tunnel, when you're able to almost feel like you're right there on the ice in the NHL.
Yeah, no, I think what's important is in today's, with the way the internet is today, you know, you can get close to almost anything, right? And so I think what we're trying to do is just provide that access to people, whether it's a simple written message to, you know, being able to experience something that you may not have seen. I mean, we're now testing stuff from hockey with virtual reality, where you actually, put on a virtual reality gear and you kind of spin around and you can feel like you're in the middle of at the skills competition at the NHL All-Star Game. Just places that a normal person wouldn't be on the ice. And now with technology, with virtual reality, you can do that. And so you'll start to see us play that more out in hometown hockey next year. Just bringing you to places. So, you know, an idea that you could sit in the seat in every stadium in Canada and watch, you know, see 5 minutes of what it looks like from the ice level and all that. Just those are experiences that people want to have, right? They want the game, they want to feel it, right? So it's fun.
Excellent.
It's fun.
It's very fun, and
she's wicked by it.
She's wicked. That's good. You're getting really good at that. I want to thank you very much
I'd love to.
for your time here this afternoon.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and enjoy the rest of your stay, and looking forward to everything coming up that we're able to bring to our customers.
Thank you for what you do for Rogers. Thank you for what you do to the community, and thank you for what you do for Rogers.
All right.
Cheers.
And that was my conversation with Dale Hooper, Chief Brand Officer for Rogers Communications. Now, not only has Rogers expanded the Connected for Success program, they've also launched Internet 5. Now, for more information on all of this, check out Rogers.com. We are going to take a very short break, but I'll be right back. Lots more to come here tonight on Out of the Fog.
Backs safe, mine and my team's. And the best way to protect backs is to know how. Like when something's too heavy to be lifted by one person. Bring in that forklift!
I can.
I can.
I can.
I did. I took this picture of my wife when she was near death, waiting for a liver transplant. And this is her now.
Hello, I'm Lise Breckenridge. A liver transplant saved my life.
What can I say? You be the judge.
Your donation will help Canadians understand the importance of pledging to be an organ donor,
And it will help save the lives of so many more.
as it has for us.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
Welcome back to Out of the Fog. The Brook Atom B Royals got the trip of a lifetime this month. Now, the team won Hometown Hockey's Cheer Like Never Before contest, where teams across Canada, they were encouraged to upload a video of a cheer. Then people were asked to place their vote, and the Royals, well, they took the top prize. Here's the team's cheer that they won for, and as you may notice, this video was taken when they performed it in the Vancouver Canucks dressing room with their jerseys on.
Boom chicka boom! Boom chicka boom! Boom chicka waka chicka boom! Boom chicka waka chicka boom! Oh yeah! One more time! Little bit goofier! Boom chicka boom bye! Boom chicka waka chicka boom bye! Boom chicka waka chicka boom bye! Bye! Oh yes bye! No more times bye!
Well, a ton of excitement there as they performed their cheer inside the dressing room and I think in front of a couple of the players there, so quite an experience for them. Now, the team, the coaches, and the parents, they got to spend an entire weekend in Vancouver where they attended a Vancouver Canucks and Edmonton Oilers game where they actually cheered on hometown boy Adam Pardy. Now, they also were able to attend a Canucks game day skate, a meet and greet with players and alumni. Certainly an experience of a lifetime and one they won't soon forget, I'm sure. Now, the Royals also got a shout out on the broadcast, probably because you could not miss them even in that huge stadium as they were cheering so much at the game. But before we show you that piece of video, we actually couldn't resist letting this one pass by. It's the reaction shot of when they actually found out they had won the contest. So we're going to leave you with that. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. We'll see you again soon. Same time, same place, right here on Rogers TV. Good night.
Welcome back to Vancouver and congratulations to the Brook Atom B Royals from the Rogers Hometown Hockey Cheer Like Never Before contest all the way here from Brook, Newfoundland and Labrador. Jim?
Good going, and they've livened up the building a little here tonight. Henrik Sedin wins the faceoff.